you know what? I think shanty songs would be amazing to sing on a bike. Because they're really like da-da-dum, you know, let's do it.
No.
And then we'll get like a gallon of beer, because you have to swill them around while you're singing it. Hey guys, so today's vlog I was thinking about where we could go and what we could do, and the links that I found, you know I love my links, are Duke and Duchess, Drownings, Sheep and Virgins. Now if you say that quick enough, it sounds really cool. The Duke and Duchess drowns sheep and virgins, or the Duke and Duchess drowns virgin sheep. Okay, I'm happy with that link. That will be a good vlog. Right, let's go. All good. Because we are... Fuck me. Lots of bikes out. Feels like Friday. I think what they're doing is, because it's due to storm from tonight for the next like 10 days, I think all these bikers are like, quick, get out!
Quick, make the most of it.
Quick! Which is what we're doing. No, I'm so glad we did this, especially if we're not going to be able to get out over this week. We'd be so frustrated.
So where are we going?
We are going to Ashford in the water. There are 7 Ashfords, including Ashford in the water. And so in the 17th century they decided to add in the water to the name. It's clever, isn't it?
I thought you were going to come out with some rubbish like, oh well, it's surrounded by rivers or some crap like that, but...
Well, it is. It is. It's actually on the River Wye. And Ashford means, so the name, it was mentioned in the Domesday Book, but it was established before that with 2 old Saxon names. So Ashford means, like, the ash means ash tree, and ford means a river crossing. I guess there's a lot of ashy rivers in the UK with bridges. although you know, the bridges that it has, it's one of the most photographed bridges in the UK. However, when they made the name, you know, Ashford Ford Crossing, you'd think, oh, because of the bridge, but that bridge wasn't there at the time. If it was mentioned in the Domesday Book,
What is the Domesday Book?
Domesday Book is when they...
You can't just mention something like that, because I haven't got a clue what it is.
So the Normans came over. They came over and conquered England and took the land, and they wanted to know how much all their property would be worth and who's got what and all that, so they did Domesday Book. Anyway, that's what I think it is. That's my interpretation of it. It's a register of property and land and towns and all of that, so they could divide it all up, I guess, or count what they have.
Why they call it the Doomsday?
Maybe it's Doomsday for whoever is in it. I don't know. Do you know what? I haven't done the research on that. That's just my like quick kind of thinking on it. So don't take that.
Don't quote you on it.
Well, you could quote me, but sound really confident when you say it, because then, and say it 3 times, then it becomes fact. You see.
I'll just edit it and add it in 3 times.
3 times, yeah, and then everyone's like, oh, okay, that's fact then. Even though I know differently, but yeah, Caroline said it 3 times. It's law now. I could change the path of history by repeating myself.
Would that work in our house?
In our house, if somebody asks me for something and I say no, they ask me again, I'll say no. They ask me a 3rd time and I go, oh, well, whatever, fine then.
That's good to know.
If there is... Oh my god.
Note to oneself.
But Caroline, look, you said it.
You said it. I have video evidence. I shall hold you to it.
Why are we going to it? Because I think it's so pretty. Most of the houses were built in the 17th century in this village, and I just really love it. I think it's really quaint. It's so pretty. It's got history, but I mean, it's tiny. I think it may have 1,000 people that live in it, but
That's more than Stony Middleton.
it's more than Stony Middleton, so I mean it's humongous compared
It's
to
double
Stony
the size.
Middleton. No, I think it was, okay, so it was 900 and something, but I think that was in the 60s. So it may have changed, it may have gone up.
It could
maybe
be
it's gone down.
5,000 by now.
I don't think it's that big, you'll see. And I just love the River Wye because, do you want to ask me why?
Why?
Because it's super crystal clear. It makes me want to just jump in. King John in the 1200s gifted Ashford to a Welsh prince's son called Griffin. Isn't that cool? That's what they did. You did something for the king, he gives you land. That's just the way it works.
And does he still own it?
No. So then he did build a chantry. So that's a place where you build it and then people have to pray for your soul when you die. So obviously he was guilty of something. The Neville family, they were a very, very powerful family. They acquired Ashford in the 1400s, and then the 1500s it went to the Cavendish's family.
I know the Cavendish.
Which, you know, Cavendish is the family that owns Chatsworth and lots of other things, right? So they owned it, and a lot of them lived there. Like there's Duke and the Duchess at some point lived there before they moved into Chatsworth. I think it's the 10th Duke, could have been the 9th. So after the war, he died unexpectedly, and they had to pay 80% death tax on the property. So had he had just survived a bit longer, it would have dwindled down to 0%. But they had 80% to pay. They had to sell off properties that they owned, and they sold off the houses that they had in Ashford in the water. But they had it for hundreds of years. So the Cavendishes held it for a long time. A lot of the land here belonged and still belongs to the Cavendishes. Anyway, I'll do another story of that, because actually that's really interesting, because the doctor of that Duke was actually a suspected serial killer. That's amazing what you find around here. There's lots of interesting stories. Although I do tend to like delve into those rather than the normal stories that you hear. I like the weird ones. I like the fun ones. Do you know those houses that they sold off in Ashford went for £50? Well, not, they're worth a lot more today. 50 quid. Wish you could have bought a few of those.
Yeah, if you could go back in time now.
Yeah. I'll buy them off you. I've connected to the story, but I just really like the idea of it. But I'm hoping I can find it. I don't want to tell you now in case I can't find it. Oh, I do have to warn you, it is in the graveyard, of course. Ashford! There's Ashford. I want to find the church. Is it up there? But it's a lovely light stone here. Oh, you see, that's the spelling AISSEFORD. That's the spelling in the Doomsday Book. Ah, here it is. Yeah, so we need to go here.
Are you reversing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm recording this.
You're being an arse.
This is a first.
Now this is with my sore hip and my. If I'm walking funny today, it's because I came off a Pan America. And I'm walking like an old woman because I landed on my hip like a bloody numpty. Let's see how well he does.
I can't
Come on,
see.
let's see. Any mistakes? Go for it, Brian, go for it. We have to go to the river. Okay, we're here in Ashford in the water. We're just locking the bikes up. And I want to show Brian something in the church. Of course, I want to actually go to the graveyard, as I always do. The bridge is just over there, so I'll show you that. Everything's pretty close because it's teeny tiny, but it's super pretty. You ready? So this town has no industry now, apart from tourists, but it used to have a couple of woolen mills and stuff. And do you know what it was known for? Have you ever heard of black marble? No. Black marble. It's not actually marble, it's some limestone, the dark limestone, and then when polished up it turns black. It was really, really, really popular in Victorian times for decoration and clocks and mantelpieces and tables and jewellery and shit. Anyway, this is Trinity Church. So this church here has some Norman in it. And it has the old like market cross. Well, it has the stump of it, but we have to find that. So it's going to be a bit of a treasure hunt, I feel. There is the mystery that I haven't told you about, but we're not going to do that yet. Because, oh, do you know what? We are going to do it. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll tell you a bit about it. I just need to clean the screen because it's ick. Okay, so there was a woman in a old people's home and she was called Nellie. She was around 100 years old. She remembers as a child coming to the graveyard and seeing her family's graves. Do you remember? It was the early 1900s. And she said there was always this grave that was forgotten and never tended to that she felt really bad about. And it really stuck in her memory because the child, he wasn't from here, and two, he was so young. And so she mentioned it, and there was this peak in the past, and they went to go find out what it was all about. And the grave is just here. And this is it. It was full of leaves and everything, and they had to move everything out the way. And if you look here, Charles McAllister, okay, and look. So Neil and Margaret of Liverpool. So he died at Ashford in 1853, and he was 4 years old. And what she remembered was that he drowned because a lot of people drowned in the river there, and so they wanted to investigate what happened, and actually they found he died of scarlet fever. It was like, how did they come to this thought that there was this drowning? They dug a little further and they found that Charles's dad, Neil, he was born in Scotland, lived in Liverpool, and he was the captain of the Royal Mail ships going from England to America. So they were like, oh, okay, again, what happened? So it's his younger brother, would have been 6 years younger than him. He was also called Neil, after his dad, and he was this captain, and he sailed all over the world. And then in New South Wales, just off the coast, he was going from Sydney to Hong Kong. There was a big storm, and he was trying to rescue everyone on board, and he was trying to get the lifeboats out, and a big wave swept him off the deck, and he and 55 others died. And so that's why they think that the village kind of thought that this was about drowning, because they would have heard that this exciting story related to the grave was about drowning, and they just assumed that he died drowning in the river. Is that a little bit bizarre? But yeah, he died of scarlet fever, but apparently that was really normal. It was not a normal way for people to die or children to die, but a lot of children died of scarlet fever. But it's weird how he's buried here.
Yeah, it's just random.
And it's like, what, like 70 miles or something to Liverpool. It's like, well, why is he here? But this church has a lot of history as well. So let's go see. Let's go explore the graveyard. Yay. Oh, this might be the old, is it? Oh, I think this is the old Market Town Cross, Brian. This would have been from the 1500s or the 15th century, so which would make it 1400s. So this would have marked the old market town. Sorry everyone, I'm getting all excited about my graveyards, but I don't actually want to go into the church yet. This castellated chimney was removed from the vestry roof.
Circa 1205.
This tablet commemorates the men from this village who died in the cause of the freedom of this world. William, look at this. William John Robert Cavendish. He was married to a Kennedy. That's another vlog I'm going to talk about. Now apparently there's a door here, and it's like a Norman door, or it's a recreation of a Norman door, and it came from the old hall. Oh look, I mean, look how deteriorated that is. Can't read anything. Now, where's that door? Poor Brian gets dragged along to all this. Is this the door I'm thinking of? No. Isn't it so cute? Oh, is that the sign of the devil if it's upside down? Damien. 1908. That's quite new. 1799. I'm looking for the door. Oh, I don't know. This doesn't look right either. Anyway, we're going inside if I can't find it. I wonder where that door is. It's lovely, isn't it? So apparently there's a table somewhere inlaid with some of the... this is it. So the black marble here. Here, this is inlaid with the black marble that the area was famous for. So they would hang these in front of the coffins of the virgins during the funeral procession, and then when they were done they would hang them back up. It isn't completely unique because I think there are a few places that do it but not many, but the oldest one is from the 1700s, which is crazy because it's paper. I don't dare touch it, so it is very special to this area, but then they stopped doing it, I guess. Thank you very much for being patient. This town, it normally has the well dressing, which is so sad. They don't have it for this year. And the well dressing, they think, well, there's like two beginnings. And the one is that they're thinking it was from the pagan time, so a long, long time ago, where people were kind of thanking the pagan gods for the clean water. And then there's another one where they think that it might be the 14th century after the Black Death, and those people that survived thanked, again, grateful to having the clean water, and they survived. But it's kept going in the Peak District, and I think there's 6 wells around here that they dress. Anyway, loads and loads and loads of history here, but not just that, it's just really lovely to visit. You know about these places, which I love, is that you are just walking along here and like all the people that have gone before you over those, well, thousands of years, and it's just so very cool. I love it. It's admiring my bike. Do you see how it said mine? It's admiring our bikes. Look how cute it is. You're right there. Pack horse.
Yeah.
Here's the river. Look how clear the water is. Okay, so the sheep. So over here, so this is built in the 17th century, so the 1600s, for the pack horses. And you see that over there, that's for the sheep, and this is the sheep dip bridge. So I found 2 separate writings on this. So some just say they drove all the sheep into there, they waited over there in the pen, put them in the water before they were sheared. And then the other one, they said they put all the lambs in there, then the mothers would come off here and try and get to them, and they'd be washed by the time they got there. Maybe they were both used. But isn't it lovely? So clear. There's a plaque on here somewhere, apparently. I don't know where it is now. So apparently a man was on his horse and the wind blew him off into the river and he drowned. Don't laugh. But I don't know where it is. Anyway, I'm going to go into the sheep. Oh no, I can't go into it. But this is where the sheep would have been. That's the sheep pen. The best place to play poo sticks. You know, like in Winnie the Pooh. Come on, son. I don't know where that pack is though. Maybe it's on a different bridge. It's weird to think they drowned because it just doesn't look that full, but as I said, maybe he came off on a different bridge because I cannot see it. Where are you going? You gonna jump down? I'm just gonna follow you. Oh, you're going to be a star.
You're touring around?
Yeah.
How long have you had?
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
Did you have bikers? Did you have?
No, I had to learn. He bought it for my 40th birthday and now I've had to learn to ride it. So it was just stuck in the garage otherwise.
Incentive, wasn't it?
It really was.
Did it take you long to learn how to ride the Harley?
Well,
It's quite a heavy bike.
it is heavy. I dropped it a lot, but I've got crash bars.
Yeah,
But I went off, I tried a Pan America on Monday and I caught my thumb on it because I came off it. I caught my thumb. Well, I've got all the gear, it's on stop,
yeah.
but it's that high touring one and it just like, yeah.
Did he? She's quite did he have it before you had yours?
Yes, he did.
Biking, darling.
Yeah, he did, but like...
I just love them. I just love the It's the shape of them that I...
They are. They're so pretty. On. I love how they're all so different as well.
Absolutely, and I love the speakers. I don't know which ones.
Oh, you like the big old road glide?
Yeah.
With the speakers and the
It's just amazing, and they're just something different. Absolutely something different.
Do you go back and you go all over the UK then? Do you?
Yeah. Well, because we've basically COVID's hit, so we did last summer when there was that gap, you know, where everything opened up. We went down to Croatia and back, so that was fun.
On the bags, I love it.
Yeah, and
Like it eat your heart out.
I know, but but I've had to. It's kind of hard because they're not easy to turn, these ones. So like we've got really narrow roads, don't we? And they're really twisty, and so that's taken a lot of.
The American bike, Harley.
Yeah, they are.
I haven't seen many in.
You hear them more than see them, don't you? Oh, do you know why this is called Greaves Lane?
No.
Because one of the industries was candle making, and you know, like the kind of fat ends, the tallows, are called like the greaves, and that's what it's after, apparently.
Oh, really? You're full of little nuggets of knowledge, aren't you?
Well, the thing is, if you just tell me everything, I'm like, I don't know anything. I can't remember. I don't know. But then sometimes it just kind of
Pops out at you, and you go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I find it really sad that little grave. So Neil was his dad, but he also had a younger brother called Neil. Is that right?
Yeah, he had a brother who was born 2 years after he had died, and that Neil ended up being the one who actually drowned, not Charles.
Neil, the brother, died rescuing people.
Neil did. He was a captain of a ship, and there was a big storm going from Sydney to Hong Kong, apparently, and he was trying to get everybody onto the life raft. The waves came and just pulled him off the deck, and he died. Oh, do you know, actually, that ship, yes, no, I'm sure it was that ship. Might not have been, though, but it sunk with 9,000 gold coins in it, and they've only recovered 7,000 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so it's a popular place for divers of, so I'm sure it's that ship, unless it's one of my dreams again. I don't think so. I know, this is why I always doubt myself, because I love to read just before I go to bed, and then I dream about all these adventures, and I have wonderful dreams, but then I wake up and I can't remember what's reality and what's a dream, which does make my life rather exciting, but at the same time not a very accurate historian. Not that I'm a historian, but you know, not very accurate at telling history.
And now people know why I hate hearing about dreams.
I don't understand why. I mean, you get your facts mingled in with some bloody awesomeness. No, I mean, I do try and fact check myself on these vlogs.
You can fact check yourself, and then we can confirm it in the next video.
I don't know if I want to. It sounds like such a fabulous story, doesn't it? But if it's not true, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I want to believe what I believe.
Just say it 3 times. You'll be good.
With confidence.
Yep.
And it becomes fact. That's true. Imagine that though, going diving and you find some gold coins.
That would be pretty awesome.
2,000, that would be quite heavy.
That would be worth a lot.
Charles's dad, Neil, so not the brother Neil who drowned, Charles's dad, you know, to be this Scottish guy, and then off he was going to America as the captain of the Royal Mail ships. That would have had a tale or two, I imagine.
Should have become a pirate. That would have been better.
Well, I think we have a pirate somewhere in our family history.
Do we? Well,
Yeah.
you.
Well, you're my family, so it's you two. I don't know. I think we have some dodgy family history. Maybe we don't want it all out there. But our family was very pioneering, and there were a lot of sailors in my family history too.
Lots of seamen, eh?
Lots of seamen. Oh my god. How long were you trying to think of that joke? Now apparently, one of the punishments, I don't know how true this was, but it sounds gruesome. One of the punishments that they had on the ships was if somebody was really bad. Oh, this actually goes through me a little bit. Do you want to hear it while we're stuck in traffic?
Go on then.
So somebody who was very naughty, I don't know what they would have done.
Hang on, does it involve feet?
No, it doesn't.
And pulling of nails?
No feet, I promise.
But nails maybe.
So, no feet or hands.
I get.
Oh no, they would, in that they tied their hands and their feet, and then they would drag them under the boat, like naked. And because there were all the barnacles under the boat, it would scrape, like grate all the skin, and then the salt would really hurt. And that was like one of the punishments. It's just like a cheese grater. What, is that not a good one?
No,
I thought that was quite a good story.
It's horrific though.
Well, it depends what they did. I mean, if they deserved it, then, well, so be it. Well, remember when they used to drag the people on the back of the horse? That would have been horrific as well. At least the salt water's cleansing, isn't it? I mean, I imagine it would... Oh no, I was going to say they're quite shallow.
No,
but could you imagine going over and over the same spot? You know, you kind of cut down under them, wouldn't it? They would look like mints when they came up the other side, I imagine. So we went to Liverpool to go and see all about the shipbuilding and things at Liverpool. And my dad bought this cassette tape of shanty songs, and we played it a lot in the car. So I knew all these kind of old sailors songs. Oh, look at that little shop, established 1919. No, do you know what? I think shanty songs would be amazing to sing on a bike, because they're really like da-da-dum, you know. Let's do it.
No.
And then we'll have, like, wherever we go, so say we stop somewhere for the night, and then we'll get like a gallon of beer, because you have to swill them around while you're singing it. No?
Yeah.
Do you know what? That was in my dream last night. I just kept picking up beer bottles from the floor, and they were all fine, and so I kept taking them. Oh, I love these clouds. You know, the Simpson clouds.
The Simpsons?
Yeah. No, once you see it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Not really.
You do.
Okay, but I don't. But
Light blue.
It doesn't matter how many times you tell me I do know what you're talking about, I don't.
You do.
Hey,
You should be on his side.
exactly.
He nodded though, so we're friends. So I hope you enjoyed that more history focused vlog. I hope it came across okay, because I think I was just too excited and ran around like a mad woman, and I don't even remember what I've said or how I've said it, so I hope there's a vlog in there. That was Ashford in the water. Thanks for coming along, and yeah, see you in the next vlog. Mwah.